Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Downshift. My name is Orest. You may recall our recent video where we shared everything we know about the 2022 Corvette Z06 thus far. Since then, there has been a small but notable update, but I will warn you there aren't too many details, but nonetheless it is definitely new and something that we at Daily Downshift wanted to hear. The source behind this information is Muscle Cars and Trucks. I will put a link to the article in the description below. They're the very first to report that the upcoming Z06 model will have a total of 3 wing options to choose from. Now, if this is true, this is very exciting because I assumed that there would be 2 selections available, no wing and a large wing. I based this thought strictly off of spy shots of prototypes that we have already seen. Again, if they are correct and we do see 3 different wing options, it means the Z06 is definitely hiding more than we think under all the camo and covers. This also means that we should shortly see much more Aero in the next photos. How exciting, right? It should come as no surprise that the current wings on the Corvette C8, the Z51 wing, and the high wing will not be carried over to the Z06 model. These 3 options will be entirely new. So to describe and distinguish them a little bit for you. The first option will be a low fixed wing, which should be somewhat similar to the one on the Z51 C8. This will be the base model without all the goodies such as the bigger brakes, carbon fiber rims, and stickier tires, just to name a few of the options. I'd also like to think that it could be similar to the C7 Z06's wicker spoiler, but I think that is unlikely because GM is really trying to change everything where they can. That being said, I'd love for this wing to be very similar to the wicker. I mean, it's less of a spoiler and more of a large lip, but it still looks phenomenal in my opinion. The second option is a wing which should be included in the Z07 package. This is the large fixed wing which we have already seen on a few of the test mules. This option will also have the aforementioned bigger brakes, stickier tires, and potentially the carbon fiber rims that we have gotten a sneak peek of. Now, from what I've seen, this is probably the one that I would go for because it looks so different to anything that GM has ever done before. And if you see one of these on the road, all you really need is a quick glance to know that you've definitely spotted a Z06, and I love that about it. With this wing, nobody is going to be mistaking this car with the base C8. Finally, the third option, the top tier. This is definitely going to be expensive, but I'm sure it won't only be visually appealing, but it will also be functional. I am of course speaking of the active Aero, which will consist of an adjustable rear wing, along with other flaps around the vehicle, which will be dynamic and adjust to the immediate driving conditions. So this is the only option out of all 3 that will be considered active Aero, and this is what will really make the Z06 a real track weapon. The interesting part of this option is the fact that it's apparently still in the development stages, with sources claiming that it may not be offered on the first year launch of the Z06, which could potentially mean that the ZR1 will be released in 2024 with something similar or maybe even the same wing, and then the Z06 will be offered with this option. We aren't entirely sure, but we will have to see closer to its release date. So I don't want to drag this video out for an eternity because I don't have enough specifics to convey to you, but I will say that we are extremely pleased to be hearing this information. We absolutely love having options. I know that the wings haven't been fully revealed yet, but for some reason I've already decided on option 2. But it isn't all about us. So you let me know in the comments what you think about the new Z06 having 3 wing options, and which one would you personally go for? If you've enjoyed this little update, then we would also appreciate a thumbs up. If you have already subscribed, thank you very much, and if you haven't, well, what are you waiting for? As always, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.